Hi everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. My name is Rachel. Today we are going to be creating a whole lot of openness throughout our hips. So find a little bit of space to move. If you have a block or something, you can grab it. It is not necessary though. Also, please remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and let's get started. So let's begin today laying down on our backs. So you can just move your block if you've got one off to the side. Lay all the way down. And then we're going to be pulling our knees towards our chest. So the feet are going to float. And I want you to bring your knees out wide. So I want you just to visualize here that you are in child's pose, but you are laying on your back. So the big toes are going to come towards each other. The knees are out as wide as they'll go. And then you're just going to gently hang onto your knees, kind of like you're giving yourself a little hug. A little bit of effort, but not crazy, a lot of pressure pulling on the legs. Just kind of feel how the hips feel. Relax a little bit. Let the shoulders kind of be soft. I know we're kind of using the arms right now to hold the knees down, but just relax those shoulders. Close your eyes maybe. Start to take some nice big breath. Pretend you're in a reclined child's pose, even though we're actually in a reclined child's pose, so you don't really have to pretend. Visualize, I guess, is a better word. And I know those big toes, they might not be staying together. That's okay. You can let your feet kind of go wherever they want to go. Just keep the knees wide. Hugging them in. Nice work, you guys. So nice and slow. Try to bring your legs all the way together. Feet together, knees together, shins together as best you can. And then just do a little rock from side to side. Just a little massage for that low back. Nice work, you guys. All right, so now we're going to come all the way up. You can roll to the side, you can rock forwards, but just find your way onto your hands and onto your knees. Tabletop position. So spread those fingers nice and wide. Let's take those hips for a little rock, side to side. Make that rock as big as feels good for you. Just a little movement through those hips. And then we're just going to find our way back to center. So stop that rock. Bring your hips right over top of your knees. We're going to tuck our toes under and lift up into downward facing dog. So if you'd like to pedal the feet a few times or bend the knees, just kind of take your dog for a little walk. You can start to do that. Letting your head be heavy and just kind of feeling or gauging, noticing how your body's feeling today. Some nice deep breath here. And start to walk your feet together as well. Big toes touching. We're going to start to lift our right foot up into the air for a three-legged dog. So you can try and open up here by stacking that right hip on top of the left, kind of trying to turn the belly button to shine to that right side. And you can even bend that knee if you'd like. Opening up through the side body, opening up through that hip. One more inhale. And exhale, gently placing that right foot all the way down on the floor next to the left one.
Reset here. Make sure your hips are staying nice and high. Use an inhale. Send that left foot up. And maybe stacking the hip, bending the knee if it feels good. Shining that belly button to the left side. Taking one more inhale. And then exhale. Lower that left foot all the way back down to the floor. Awesome, you guys. With an inhale, start to look forwards. And exhale. Walk your feet all the way up to the top of your mat. Taking an inhale, lift halfway up. And exhale as you fold forwards. Inhale, let's come all the way up to standing. Reach your arms up, look up, and exhale your hands through heart center and down to your sides. So we're going to step our feet out to the edges of our mat. Turn your toes out a little bit. And then we're going to find a nice deep squat. So the deepest squat that you can come into, but we aren't going to be there very long. So start to bend your knees, keep your chest proud. Maybe this is as low as you go. Maybe you can come all the way down towards the floor, but we're coming all the way back up. So that might have been a lot of work on the quads. I kind of want to take the work out of the quads and make it more about the hips opening. So if you can bring your hands to your legs, help yourself gently lower. Think about this as being a hip opener instead of strengthening the quads, but it's doing both. So we're gonna go down one more, and then we're gonna come up, and then we're gonna go down as low as we can go, and we're gonna hold it there. So if you did have a block, and you want to make this nice and relaxed, you can put your block or whatever it is under your butt, and then you don't have to hold yourself up. But I know that some of you are nowhere near the floor, and you can't do that. And if you're dying in your squat, stand up, take a quick break, and then come back down. Hands to the knees, just kind of open up those knees a little bit, maybe even do a little wiggle, a little rock from side to side. Just feel those hips. Feel those hips. So if that block is just stopping you from going as far as you want to go, you don't have to use it. Or maybe you don't even have one. That is fine as well. So take a break if you need it. Just another few breaths here though, so not too much longer. Yogi squat. A nice deep, deep squat. Awesome, you guys. With a nice big inhale, with control, with some nice strong quads, we're coming all the way back up to standing. So inhale and exhale. Awesome, you guys. Step your feet back in. Take a shoulder roll. Roll your shoulders back and down. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, let's bring the hands to the floor and step the left foot all the way back. Lower your knee down, untuck your toes even, finding the top of that foot. And let's get into that left hip flexor. So sending the hips forwards, your hands can stay on the floor, or you can lift the chest, whatever feels good. But just kind of relax. Feel the love through that left hip. So I don't know about you guys, but I hold my stress in my hips. And so lately my hips have been super, super tight. I do these moves every single day, and I can feel it the same every single day. So soften the shoulders and your jaw. And if your chest is lifted, I want you to bring your hands back to the floor, and we're just going to move our foot over to the right side. So turn those toes out a little bit. Lizard, the knees falling out to the side. The hands are under the shoulders and on the inside of that right foot. Let the hips try to find the floor. You might be getting some love through that right leg, maybe even that left hip flexor.
If you would like to come onto the forearms, or you could even rest your forearms on your block. Or just soften. Just breathe. Nice work, you guys. If you are on your forearms or block, start to walk yourself back up. We're going to move that front foot back to the middle. And I want you just to tuck those back toes under. And if you can lift your knee. Take a moment to find your balance in this lunge. Using an inhale, start to look forwards. And exhale, walk or step your left foot up to the top of your mat. Take an inhale, half lift. And an exhale, fold. Plant your hands. That right foot's coming all the way back. Lower the knee. Untuck those toes. Find the top of your foot. And find that nice lunge. Hands can definitely stay on the floor. And if you want to lift the chest, we want to find that love through that right hip flexor. And relaxing as much as you can. Feeling every little muscle and tendon and ligament throughout those hips. And if you have your chest lifted right now, slowly you can start to bring your hands back down. We're just going to scooch that left foot over to the left. Turn those toes out a little bit. Sinking low into those hips. Nice job, you guys. Slowly coming back up onto the hands if you aren't already there. Heel toe, that foot back to the center. And let's tuck those back toes. Pick your knee up if you're able to do so. Find a nice strong lunge. Inhale as you look forwards. And exhale that back foot to the top of your mat. Take an inhale for a half lift. And an exhale to fold. Inhale to come all the way up to standing. Reach up, stand tall. And exhale your hands through heart center and down to your sides. All right, you guys, coming back into that squat. So this time we're going to come down as low as we can, and we're going to hold it there unless you need to kind of come up and down a few times because it's a lot for you. That's completely fine. I want you to just experiment with some nice low squats. So let's go for it. All right. Sink in those hips nice and low. Lift that chest, and then we're just going to keep those right fingertips down on the floor. Pushing that tricep, if you're nice and low, into the knee. Maybe your hand is resting on your knee, and then you can reach up with the left fingertips if you want it. So if you are up here, it might look something like this. Right hand to the knee, reaching up. And if this is too much, if your knees don't like this, just stay. Just stay facing forward in the lowest squat that you can come into. All right? It's all about finding what feels right and what doesn't feel right. So play with it. Twisting maybe looking up, trying to reach for the sky, for the ceiling. Awesome, you guys. Take one more inhale if you are reaching. And exhale, coming back through center. If you need a break, I know this can be a lot. Stand up, shake it out, whatever you need. Maybe you are sitting on your block, but if you're still with me, those left fingertips are going to come down and reaching up with the right. Keeping those knees open. They like to creep together. Keep them open. Breathe. So good. Nice, you guys. One more inhale. And an exhale to come back through center. One last chance here. Maybe a little rock side to side. And then with control, come all the way back up to standing. Give those hips a little love, a little massage. Walking your feet back in. Take a nice shoulder roll. And an inhale as you reach up. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Hips nice and high, let your head be heavy. Just a moment here. Awesome work, you guys. So let's lower our knees all the way down to the floor. And we'll send our knees out nice and wide. Big toes touching, so kind of like we started in our reclined child's pose. Kind of the same shape with the legs. We're coming into just a traditional child's pose. So knees out wide, big toes can touch. Resting your forehead down on the mat if you can get it there, or grabbing a pillow for the forehead or cheek to rest on. And just gently sending the hips back towards the heels. If you want a little bit of extra love, you can actually push into your palms to try and send the hips back a little bit more. Just a little bit of effort. Or you can be completely relaxed. Using an inhale, slowly lift the forehead, walk the hands back in. You can slide your knees together, crossing your ankles and having a seat. So bring your feet together, the soles of your feet together, and your knees out wide. One last hip opener. Taking your hands to your knees, sitting up nice and tall. Pull those shoulders down. You can stay here, or you can tip forwards and feel the nice stretch wherever you are. Using an inhale, just lifting the upper body back up. Bring your knees together. Give yourself a little hug, a little rock from side to side. And then just leaning back a little bit. We'll move our feet out to the edges of the mat and just do a little rock here with the legs, with the knees. Just kind of rocking them side to side. Just kind of shaking things up. Nice job, you guys. All right, that is it. That is all for today. I hope that you enjoyed your nice hip opening practice. I know that I just feel a whole lot more open through my hips right now, so that is that was the goal. Have a great rest of your day, and until we meet again, namaste.